Here we have step 13, and that is recognizing literature gaps. In this section, you will learn how to identify a gap in the scholarly literature and making sure it is worthwhile to try to fill that gap. Identifying research gaps is a fundamental goal of literature reviewing. So, what is a research gap, you might be asking yourself? One of the main identifying features of a literature review is that it identifies instances where the literature is incomplete or insufficient. Like, what questions aren't they answering here? So these instances where research is not being answered adequately or even at all can provide you with the research questions in your literature review. Ideally, your own research will begin to fill that gap, or it will argue for the significance of future research, which will begin to fill the gap. So if you were going to fill the research gap in your literature review, this example would be nice for you. Like, say, research up to this point has indicated that blank, fill in the blank. What current researchers have failed to reveal is whether or not there is a causal relationship between fill in the blank. So here is an example of a literature gap that the author has found. They say, in summary, most of the prior research on the entrepreneurial teams of academic spin-offs from research institutes has focused on the inventor as an entrepreneur. The effects of surrogate or habitual entrepreneurs on the development and performance of research-based spin-offs have been mainly analyzed qualitatively. Thus, further quantitative empirical studies are needed. So, this part right here that I'm highlighting, this is an example of how the author's research is revealing that there's inadequate amounts of former research. They found a gap there, and they're pretty much arguing for future research to be done about this topic.